We've been doing this for almost 30 years worldwide, not just in Colombia. But we do it safely. We do it sanely. I'm sure many of you may have seen in the news about some of the issues that people that have been using the dating apps, and the Tinders of the world, those kind of sites, have been running into in Colombia. And unfortunately, there's been several deaths in that area. And it's not just Colombia. I'm sure there's other countries as well, but they're focusing on Colombia. And, as always, the media is a little bit slow to the party because we've been talking about this now for quite some time. A year and a half ago or so, there was a gentleman that very same thing happened, where he went over, used an app, and was lured somewhere and then drugged, and then unfortunately it's too much of the drug and died. And the sad thing about these apps is that no one really knows who that person is. Anyone can join these apps. It's not difficult to do. There's not a screening process. There's not personnel there to help you with the introduction or anything like that. It's a do-it-yourself process, right? You go over, you put in the information. Oh, this woman seems to be, very interested in me. I'm going to go meet her. It's really not that easy, and you really do need to be careful about it because, yes, it's wonderful that with this new movement of passport bros, you discovered that there's a whole new world out there and that it is possible to meet women from other cultures in other countries and all that. But you still need to be careful about it. We've been doing this for almost 30 years, and we've developed an amazing infrastructure in that time to where men and women can meet in a very safe, sane environment. All the time we've been doing this, knock wood here, but we've never had anyone met the kind of fate that's been happening with these do-it-yourself sites or these apps. And one of the reasons for that is that when the women join our service, they are going through a process with our offices. They are interfacing with our staff, meeting our staff. Our staff is getting to know them. We're getting government IDs. We are talking with them. We are interviewing them. We are building relationships with them. We are building relationships with them before you have the opportunity to build a relationship with them. That should mean a lot to you if you're worried about, who you're meeting, especially in a foreign country that you may not be really aware of everything going on. But when you go there, you're met by our staff, and we know who you are, and we know who it is you're going to meet, and we facilitate that meeting in person, which is so much safer and so much more effective, by the way, as well, than using a do-it-yourself type app where you're totally on your own. In a foreign country where you don't know anyone, and you don't know really who it is on the other end of that app that you might be talking with. You see a photo, and you think it's that person, but how do you know it's that person? I mean, is there any kind of screening process that they have to really go through to really prove that they're that person?
No, you don't have to upload ID. Some profiles, you can have like check mark, it says profile verified, but all it is, you just sending them your selfie of your face. But if it's a scam account, it's just, again, there's real women participate in the scam. So all you need to take a selfie of yourself. That's all verification process. Again, there is no passport there that they require, nothing else. Just a photo and a selfie that looks relatively like your photo.
Yeah, and so, guys, you go over, you think, even if you've had, maybe some kind of correspondence or something going back and forth with this person, quote unquote, when you go to meet, you really don't know who it is you're meeting. It could be anyone, or this person could be involved with a criminal syndicate that's working to lure people like you to a country and then take advantage of you. Best case scenario is that they just rob you. Worst case scenario is that they kill you. And according to the papers lately, they've had 8+ men that they think have been murdered in this way recently in Colombia. So now all of a sudden Colombia's got this terrible bad rap about, it's not safe, you can't go, blah, blah, blah. Well, it is safe if you do it the right way, right? There are safer ways to go about doing it. Look, anything can happen anywhere, even on our site. It's possible that anything can possibly happen. But the probabilities of something happening to you in this vein on our site are so much lower than on a do-it-yourself app, given all of the reasons I just stated. The fact that, we follow government regulations. We follow the IMBRA laws, which is the International Marriage Broker Regulation Act, which we are obliged to follow. Do-it-yourself apps have really, when that law was passed, they had great lobbyists that they were able to exclude themselves from that. So although they are assisting in introducing men and women from foreign countries, they are not required to do the things that we are required to do to help protect the women, and actually, as an extension of that, you in the process of meeting. I just wanted to come on tonight and talk about that a little bit because it's so important to me that you understand the difference between a do-it-yourself app where you put in something and swipe left, oh yeah, this girl's great, okay, I'll go meet her, and you have no idea what's going on. No one's going to be there to meet you when you get there to help you make this date happen. You're going to get there, you have to sit up all by yourself and try to figure it out, and then hope that she's not going to throw you in a room with a gang of people and hold you for ransom and whatever. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, these are tragedies that are happening and they're avoidable. So if you're going to do it, all right, and look, we've been doing this for almost 30 years worldwide, not just in Colombia, but in Costa Rica and in Mexico and in Peru, in Latin America, and then also in Asia countries and in Eastern European countries. But we do it safely. We do it sanely. So, if this is something you want to do, then find a company like us. It doesn't have to be us. It should be us because we're the best, okay? It really should be us, but it doesn't have to be us, right? There may be one or two other companies out there, maybe, that come close at least to doing something that at least they're knowing who these women are that they might introduce you to, and they can help and make sure that you are meeting the right women and they know what's going on. So find someone, but just please don't go and just do a do-it-yourself app type thing. You might think, I'll save maybe $1 or $2. You might save $1 or $2, and it might cost you your life. So that's just not worth it, okay? So keep that in mind, guys. Colombia is an amazing country. The cities are great. The people there are wonderful. So don't let what's happening right now in the media make you think that all of Colombia is terrible and it's dangerous and then around every corner is someone that wants to kill you, because it's just not like that. You even feel a little bit more of a sense of safety. But what if you're going over individually? What do we do to help with that?
Individual tours are usually designed for the guys who cannot make it for the group tour for whatever reason, so you can always travel at your own leisure, at your convenience. You just let us know when you come and give us your list of ladies. Our staff is there, our office staff is, there's basically 7 days a week for you. We'll come and solve your problem for you, even if it's not a group tour, doesn't matter. Our staff is always there to help you, especially if it's emergency case. It's 24/7, so you can call them anytime.
The individual introductions as well. I mean, these women are on our service. We know who they are. We have their, we know where they live. We have their contact.
Well, we literally do, yes.
Yeah,
we have their addresses. Especially with Latin America, we do have contact information for their family members in case we can get a hold of her. She usually leaves a phone number like, okay, here's my sister or mom's phone number. You can also call them just to reach out to me. So we know the addresses, phone numbers, again, passports, all kind of information.
And we know the women. I mean, many of our office personnel interact with these women and they build relationships with these women. So these aren't just like total strangers for the most part. Maybe they don't know all the women as well as each one, right? They're going to know some better than others. But they have some kind of an interaction with these women. Unlike the apps. With the apps don't know anybody. I'm an app. I mean, how does an app know anybody, right?
And if something happens, well, God forbid, but if something happened, for example, you're supposed to talk to staff member 6 o'clock. She calls you, because you have a next date, and you're not answering. She's gonna start calling your hotel, and they'll go knock on your room, make sure you're alive, and So it's somebody at least will be concerned pretty much right away. So if something happens to you, we'll find you right away.
Are you tired of the same old dating sites? Travel to exciting places and meet hundreds of stunning single women. Check out our website at
BarranquillaDating.com.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Then click on the notice bell to get notified every time we add something new.
El futuro, bebé, ya tú sabes.